Are you interested in setting up Frigate on a Proxmox LXC container? This is the video for you. I'm going to use a Proxmox LXC container running Portainer. We're going to set up a Docker instance of Frigate. We're going to use USB Passthrough and this Coral USB Accelerator to help offload some of the compute power from your processor and put it on the USB Accelerator. If this sounds like an interesting project to you, let's get going. Okay, let's get started with the LXC container. To create the container, we're going to go in and call it a host name. I'm going to call it Frigate-LXC, nothing too creative. I'm going to create a privileged container because I do want to store all of the videos on a network address storage. Go ahead and give it a password, something good and secure. So you'll put that in. And then once you've done that, we'll go to the next page. The template I'm going to use is Ubuntu 22.04. You can choose whatever works for you. I'll give a disk size of 8 gigs because that's plenty since we're not storing it locally, any of the videos. I'm going to give 2 cores and then 8 gigs of RAM. So we'll go ahead and put all of that in and we'll be ready to go. Also, I'm going to select DHCP here in the network only because I do all the static IP address on the router side. I'm not going to do any changes with the DNS, and we'll go ahead and be ready to go, create it, and we'll let it finish up. Now that we're done with that, we're going to do an update and an upgrade to make sure that we have all the latest updates on the LXC container. So we'll go ahead and run that right now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to install Docker, Docker Compose, and Portainer. So we'll go ahead and run that right now. We'll install both of those. The first one is Docker. The next one is Docker Compose. And then we'll follow that up by installing Portainer so we can go out there and connect to it and more easily manage all of our Docker containers. Now that the installs are done, we'll create the volume for Portainer to store all of its data, and then we'll actually install Portainer right after that. Now, because I'm going to be storing everything on network attached storage, I'm going to have to edit the fstab file. So we'll go ahead and go in and do that now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our LXC machine and we're going to map a drive within the LXC machine to a folder out on our network address storage. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So on this line here, it's showing the left side is the NAS server that I have. That's the IP address and then the path to the folder that I'm using to store all of the files. The next part is the file on the local machine. That's the folder on the local machine. That's where I'm mapping it to. And then beyond that is just telling it that it's NFS share and all the details behind that. So we'll go ahead and put that in, save the fstab. So now that we're done with the fstab file, we're going to make sure we create the folder that we're mapping to. So our folder that we're using is mnt/frigate-demo. So we're going to go ahead and create that right now. So now that we've got the directory created, we're going to go ahead and mount the file system. So we use the command mount --a. So now we have mounted that drive to our NAS folder, and we're ready to go ahead and move forward with installing Frigate on Portainer. The next thing we need to do is figure out where our USB mount point is for our Coral coprocessor. We'll go ahead and do that now. We'll also look at how we need to find out where our hardware acceleration is. So it's going to be different on everybody's machine, so I'll show you how to do that and find that right now. We'll then add that to our config file for our LXC container so that it can map that as well. So to find out where our Coral coprocessor is, we type lsusb, and if you see here, there's one file or there's one section in here that relates to my Coral USB. It's actually bus 004, device 2 on that bus. So that's the one we're going to want to mount. So whatever yours is, you'll be able to find it there. If you're not sure what it is, you can run the command and then unplug it and run it again. You can see what changes and you'll be able to find it pretty easily. Then what we want to do is we want to run this command. And again, all these commands are going to be down in the links below and on my website. And this will tell us where the hardware acceleration is. In our case, it's going to be the render D128. We want to copy that file or that part of the file to make sure you have that for our next step. In our next step, we're going to actually edit the config file for the LXC container. To find that, it's in the etc directory /pve/LXC, and it's going to be the container number, in our case 100.conf. So it's the config file for it. So we'll go ahead and do that, edit it, add it, go to the bottom of that file, and we'll paste these 2 lines in. Again, these are going to be down in the description. So I'll paste the 2 lines in, and where you see the X's, that's where we're going to update what we had looked at in the previous step. So if you look at the first line, we created the render D128, and the second line, we're adding the 004. So that's what the line should look like. Yours may look a little bit different in your file, but use those steps before to find out exactly what you need. Save the file, and we're done. We're ready to go ahead and start adding the config file for our container. Okay, we know from the Docker compose file that we're going to be using that our config file needs to be located in the /opt/frigate/config folder. So we're going to create a new file in there called config.yml or YML. We'll paste that file in, and that's going to outline all the details for our setup for our Frigate server. It's going to tell us what we're using for the decoder, which is the Coral coprocessor. It'll also tell us the details about where our cameras are on their IP addresses, any login information for those, and details about FFmpeg, which is what's going to be used to decode the streams as they're coming in. So we've got this file. Again, this is going to be down below in the links below. So go ahead and paste that in. You'll need to make changes to the portion for your camera based on your IP addresses. So just take a look at that and make those changes. And then we'll go ahead and save this file and be ready to go to the next step, which is within Portainer. We'll now go into Portainer, click in Stacks, create a new stack, and post the Docker Compose file that's linked in this description below. You'll go ahead and rename or name it whatever you want to call it. In this case, I'm just going to call it Frigate. Put a password in there where I have it highlighted as we're going down. If you need to make any changes to the Docker Compose file, feel free to make those as they're applicable to you. And then just hit start. So let's go ahead and create the container. And once it's up and running, we'll go out to the address, and we're going to see the amazing picture of my garage door. So within there, we can see that it's running. If we look at the storage, we can see we're mapped out to that network address storage. I have a 2 terabyte drive that's just sitting there as a USB storage on the side of my NAS. And then if we want to look at the details behind it, make sure everything else is running, then we can go down to System, and we can see that the Coral coprocessor is up and running. Our camera is good to go. We've got all the details that we care about here. If you need to make any changes to your config file, if you're not seeing your camera show up, or if you want to make different things like the bird's eye view enabled, or you want to make it so that MQTT is enabled, any of those other features, you can make those changes within here, hit save and restart, and then you're good to go. You'll have it all updated to the way it works for you. Boom, there you go. Now you've got your own Frigate server running on Proxmox LXC container with a Coral GPU coprocessor. It's a great setup. It's all you need for all your network video recording. You can hook up multiple cameras and keep track of anything you want. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.